In Cincinnati, we broke their all-time best tipping crowd. And they're like we know the girl for 30 years. She's been working there.
Yeah.
We did talk about it.
It was Portland though.
Yeah, but we didn't capture what happened like the day after.
All right, but then the
the
next
night-
night we had the
knives-
record numbers.
No,
That was
it was
Portland.
Portland because I talked about liberals and knives and such. So we had the record number of knives confiscated at the show for the club.
11.
11. They caught 11.
Which is so fucking weird. Like, I feel like I've been like out of comedy for a decade because I didn't know they like wand people and confiscate knives at a fucking comedy club.
That's my first question. I think they're taking people's fucking knives. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, helium is one of those. I don't know if it's live.
my knife all the time. I don't think I'd give it up. I think I'd leave. Fuck you. I don't plan on stabbing anybody, but
I do remember right after COVID, I went to Cobb's. I was playing there, but I was there a night early, and they had a all ladies show on a Sunday night that was very underattended, and they're fucking wanding everyone. And I was getting shit faced there. They got a great bar right next door. So at some point, I went over and I pretended to be security, and I was wanding people and patting them down. And
Oh man, yeah.
like, I don't really work here. Sorry.
I did that too. Me and a roommate went to Howard Jones had a free show, or somebody won a show. Howard Jones performed backyard barbecue. It was a thing. People had to, have a laminate. Me and my roommate had Miami Vice jacket, like white jackets, and we stood out. And people just assumed we were security, and then they just handed us what we needed to go in.
We had our blue work shirts, the Dickie shirts with orange reflective vests.
Yeah, any uniformity.
Yeah, for the Mountain Time Zone run, we're driving it all. Yeah, we're traveling in just those. Like, wherever we go, we're fucking a couple of construction guys, and we're gonna get. We're gonna get the wig for bingo.
I think the key to the construction outfit is apathy about your job. I was like, I get into character, and I don't even want to be out here on the road taking these signs down. God damn it! But I do it because it's my job.
Andy's gonna have a thing around his neck to hold his ID and phone.
Oh,
and
man,
fucking
yeah.
credit cards. He
And
lost.
money. Yeah. Okay, so leaving Atlanta, we had to go through
Wait. Let's go back to Cincinnati. You left your fucking.
Cincy,
Was that
Atlanta,
his phone or his wallet? His wallet.
wallet, and Cincy
In
in an Uber.
the night before we have to leave. Like, we have a 6 a.m. flight. We have a
2-hour window to sleep, and instead of sleep,
And he left his fucking wallet in a Uber.
since I've known Andy, this is every single trip I've ever been on with Andy is something to this effect. So I mean, that doesn't shock me.
Yeah, but this one went a little haywire because the guy, when we finally get a hold of him, he says, "Yes, I do have the wallet, but I'm 2 hours away or
Well,
something."
he puts his cousin on.
yeah,
Yeah, he has to have a translator.
Hey, sir.
Yes. We will pay you $100 to bring it back as soon as possible.
You still remember that, okay?
What's that?
Give me a second.
Yes.
İstersin again?
yeah.
Ben ağzına koşal var mı canım? Hey, sir. Yeah. See it. I got a reservation from now to in the morning time 6. So if I will like cancel with my order, it will lose that job. So if you wanna pay a little bit more than 100, it will bring your order and it will cancel that reservation with other customers.
Send in the mail then.
Okay. $200 then. Thank you.
Okay. I can each that. Okay, sir. You see, sounds good. He'll bring that. Yeah, sure. He said, right now our distance is going to be like 1 hour, and he said, I'll bring your wallet between 1 or 1.5 hours, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're very welcome.
I will. I will
Yeah.
stay by the phone to so when you're close you can call and I will come down.
Okay, sir, I got you. Arkadaşlar çünkü kaçanki yaklaşık bir yer sen mail pasta çömende. Yeah, hey sir. I think you got all of my brother's phone number, so if you can send him your location.
Well, he dropped us off here. It's the
Büyük taşı bir tane yazılı yok mu onun adresi?
it's the Marriott Courtyard Blue Ash where he dropped us off an hour.
Mario Diataki. Okay, he said, I got you. I'll bring it.
Okay, so okay, we'll stay by the phone.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Uber.
Şuna yaptaki ihtiyat mı fakat? Hayır. Bir kaba benim davay kızı var.
What a motherfucker.
Fucking
Now I want
cunt.
to beat that fucking
Yeah.
guy down.
Yeah, 200 would have been all right if they drove it immediately there, but we weren't sure he was going to show up.
And then he just keeps having these leaky excuses. I'm almost there. Yeah, you keep saying that, but we're out front. Well, I am worried because we have to leave here in 3 hours, less than 3 hours, to get to the airport.
Yeah, I understand. I am 25 minutes ago. I am going. Coming.
25 minutes ago, you're going?
Yeah. Yep.
That, you mean
I'm arrived.
you're on your way in 25 minutes? You will be here?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're right.
Hey, what we need, this is me and Andy Andrist. Yes.
Howdy ho.
Hey, what we need, Andy left his wallet in an Uber,
It fell out. I had to crawl in the third seat.
and Uber found it. Hang on, stay with me. Someone had to be an Uber driver. There's got to be a way to get a hold of Uber and say, hey, this guy's trying to blackmail us to get Andy's wallet back to get on a plane. Agree. But call the cops to meet them. No, you don't ever call the cops. So we finally fucking capitulated and called the cops. I'm like, you never call the cops, don't call the cops. Trumpet. Should we go quieter?
Rush police.
Hey, I get a quandary here. We took an Uber back from Go Bananas to the hotel after the show, and my friend left his wallet in the car, and the driver said, oh, I have your wallet, and they're pretty much extorting us for $200 to get it back before we have to leave for the airport to our next show at 4 a.m. And which is bullshit, but you can't get a hold of anyone at Uber. So
Where are you?
we're at the Marriott Courtyard Blue Ash.
Okay.
So they said, oh, an hour and a half, and that's been almost an hour and a half ago. And I just called the driver back. Yes, I will be there 25 minutes ago. And you mean you're going to be here in 25 minutes? Yes. Don't you worry. Well, we have to leave at 4 a.m. to get to the airport to get out of here. And he said it would cost us $200 because he had to cancel a lot of things to be here, which is bullshit. It's Blue Ash.
What's your name?
My name is Doug Stanhope.
And what room number are you in there, Marriott?
Well, we're in the lobby now, waiting for this guy.
Okay. What's your cell phone number?
520.
Okay, well, an officer stop by to see you, okay?
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm like, no, I just wanted to ask him a dumb question about. And then he came out and he was like hard ass at first, but then he softened up.
And I learned my lesson, losing my wallet because what was the next place?
So, so the guy brought the
I
wallet
got
back?
my wallet back and lost it immediately.
And I gave him oh no, you gave him what, $30 or something?
$30 for the yeah. Yep. Yeah, not 200. Then Uber said that's short.
$20.
All the cash.
Yeah, return fee. But
Thank you.
If you'd like to talk to the officer about that, you could talk to him about it. But you can't just try to jack us up like you're.
Appreciate you bringing it back.
Yeah, but we called you right away.
Okay.
Good night.
Whose Uber account did you go through?
Mine, my friend.
Okay, so if he happens to do that, just dispute it through Uber, okay? Just dispute it through Uber if they happen to charge more, okay?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he was doing that personally. He was expecting
You good?
$200.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're fine. Be safe, okay? All right. You guys good?
Yep, all good.
How was the show?
Fantastic.
Good? Yeah, up until then. Have a safe flight. All right. Be safe. Okay?
Thank you.
very much.
I love the police. I've always said that. Oh, that worked out well then, because that's what I was saying. I was like, yeah, that's where you do need me on these tours, because then I would have just taken the phone from him and told him to get fucking kick rocks, and he would have had to leave. But
Yeah, well, he was magnanimous enough to give him $30.
You should have settled for.
That's fine.
Don't forget else.
$7.
What'd you say?
Don't forget, I also tipped $7 and gave you
5 stars.
5 stars. He sent back smiley faces.
That's perfect.
But then he's like, "Fuck you guys!" Like,
Oh yeah, he got a.
I've been in America for however long, and all you do is steal from me. And I tried to be good, and
Yeah. Turns out we started a jihad because I.
The more we talked to him, the more because I was like, "Hey, like it sounded like you're trying to put a fucking squeeze." No, I had this. He did have a fucking fair that he was out in the middle of nowhere. He had to ditch that guy and come back, and I ended up giving him 100 that I promised him on the phone. I met him halfway. Plus Andy's 30.
Yeah, and he could have gone through the wallet and taken it. I don't know what was in that fucking thing, but I lost it in Portland.
Yeah, so the next fucking that's to get the plane to Portland. We were up all night and we lost all that sleeping time waiting for this fucking Uzbek and cops, and then we get on the flight to Portland, and then we land there and we have to kill some time before we can check into the Airbnb. So we go to Dante's where I filmed here on Butch.
Right. Yeah.
And nice casual day drinks, get recognized. Oh shit. And then it's empty because it's daytime. Andy leaves his fucking wallet there.
At Dante's, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we were in an Airbnb next to a bar, the Basement in Portland, which is a lovely hang. But I left a bag with money in it in there, and that got grabbed up. And then some lady who happened to see it got a hold of me via Facebook or whatever and said, "Hey, did you leave a bag at the club? Because somebody grabbed it." And she saw him, and then she brought me back about half of my money.
Meanwhile, the wallet has been put into the safe at Dante's because can't figure.
Oh.
He tried to go to Dante's and walked the wrong way for 3 to 4 miles.
Yeah, I got lost.
Over a course of hours.
Yeah, I fucking walked my ass off. Like people say,
It's
Portland's
a
like a
6-minute Uber.
Yeah, I walked fucking grids. I was in this park right by the Lloyd Center. My daughter used to ice skate at the Lloyd Center, and I know it's a fucking sketchy area. and I'm in a park, and I'm thinking in my head, oh, fuck, I remember somebody got shot here right about where I was standing, and then out of the brush, some black guy goes, hey, man, you got to... I think he was looking for a cigarette, but I was fucking out of the park and 6 blocks away by the time those words set.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, and my phone died, so I couldn't get GPS. I had no way to get a hold of
Oh,
Uber.
and someone had hacked his credit cards.
Yeah.
And fucking
Both of my credit cards
cancel
were
all-
down.
Hacked them or found them and used them?
Either way, man, criminals are...
that was before he lost his wallet. They had, hey, you have some people are like charging pizzas to your fucking
No,
credit card.
I was trying to get an apartment in Texas. I'm pretty sure that's not me. What city? No, fuck no.
Hey, what did we do last night, Stanhope? Yeah, no, we weren't getting an apartment in Texas.
Hold on, it's possible. Give me a second.
But
So he's got no credit cards, so his Uber wouldn't work even if his phone wasn't dead, which it was.
oh man, I wish I could think of the name. I ended up in a hipster bar in Portland, which could be any of them, but and then it was like a bar, you know. It's like I thought, yeah, I'd like a beer, and then I like, oh wait, my credit cards are canceled, and then oh wait, I had just enough $6 or $8 for the beer.
Merch money.
Yeah, dwindling merch money. Yes. And then now that I've learned my lesson in Atlanta, I got denied through the clear lane to board. Doug's is in front of me. Doug's good to go. They said, "Oh, you don't have the Starbucks."
You have clear, but you don't have pre-check, so you have to go to a different line.
So
Which at that point, he just evidently goes, oh, and loses his fucking ID.
I go, fucking shit, and then I dumped all this stuff in my bucket hat, and then as I'm leaving, I guess I turned it upside down, because there was a trail of my stuff once I went back. I was like, oh, that was in my wallet, my ID should be here. And then this black fella helped me out, and he goes, we'll get this sorted out. He goes, you can call me Red, like Shawshank Redemption. I go, oh, I'm Andy Dufresne. And we walked through, and he did hey, the ID, last ID, and we hung out a while. And then he passed me off to this short black man who had a fucking attitude about me and everything, and he made me sit like an asshole, just staring at the wall.
Interjection. I call him at some point, or he calls me. I've been got through
I've been
by
abducted.
Like, did you find? Because Atlanta is the biggest airport in the world, busiest airport in the world. So I don't know how far he had to go to get to the other lane. And he's like, motherfucker, cockney, I can't find my fucking ID. And it's fucking bullshit. I went back and I found that business card of that fucking that guy that was laying there. So I know my ID had to fall out at the same fucking place because my other fucking shit is. So he's in a mood.
Yeah, things are going okay.
So when he says the TSA guy has an attitude, I already heard his attitude.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
kicking posts.
Yeah. No, he was like, he goes, I'm going to put you on the phone with somebody. Don't interject anything. Just answer their questions. Like, gotcha, man. I'm good. But we were all oogling the
He
same
pegged
way.
you as an interjector right away.
Yeah. But then we sat on hold. He sat on hold for about a half hour. And then there's a couple of fucking women coming through the line. I was like, oh, man. And I wanted to say, cowboy hat there or whatever. I didn't say anything. I just kept staring at the wall. And then he called a guy over. He goes, you check out that bitch in the cowboy hat up there? You see how her panties even sitting up there like that? Like, we should be
cut
friends.
to me on the moving walkway, standing like this with my legs crossed, and Little Spanish Bee is playing. As I go to one of 9 different Sky Clubs, waiting for the phone to ring. This is a nice one.
And then eventually this guy, he's on the phone. He goes, fuck it. He hangs up and he goes, I guess I'm just, let me expedite this. And he waves over a lady and they talk for a minute. And then the next thing I know, I'm going through the security line. It's like, he just had me on timeout for a long period of time till he got bored with me and then set me through.
You could have done that the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, I could
Oh,
expedite
yeah.
you. Fuck, I forgot. Go.
Yeah, he could have done it at the beginning, but
There's a line from The Big Lebowski that I always think of you, Andy.
shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Everything with you is a fucking catastrophe, man.
What the fuck does this have to do with Nom?
But Andy and Bingo both finally got pre-checked.
I'm clear,
That'll make everything.
and I'm TSA
Well, all
pre-checked.
three of us are.
That'll make everything much smoother.
Yeah.
I went to the DMV, got my second. I'm probably the only person who's
You
had to
need
get
an ID even there, though.
Yeah. But I'm on my second real ID, which they just started pushing them, but I've already
Did you
lost
get that
one.
yet? The real ID, so you can fly.
Not yet.
Yeah, it starts. It kicks in on
It's in
May
the
7th.
I was waiting for the doctor to tell me I could travel again, because really it was a moot point up until then. I might die before I needed to do it, but now I'm.
But now you could die like
Yeah,
Bingo and I
no,
want to die in a plane crash.
Same here. I just want to die not in my own hand. That's the only promise I've made. So I'm,
You got me and you windsuit sailing, hand in hand into the rock. I find out in a few weeks if I'm currently incubating cancer or I'm not incubating cancer.
See, I'm not much of a thrill seeker, though, Andy. So the wingsuit
Yeah.
doesn't appeal. I'm more of a climb underneath a tree out in the middle of the desert and blow my fucking head off guy.
We had a old friend named Art Hinty, and we all went to Costa Rica. A bunch of us. There's probably 7 or 8 of us down there. We're all boogie boarding, and he was a
Big fat.
very. He's the one we did a benefit CD to get his stomach lap band surgery. He was that big, but we all went boogie boarding, and we'd all fucking cruise in together and look at each other and laugh, and then you turn around and Art would just be sitting like a buoy. So I imagine you windsuiting would be similar. Andy goes, man.
That's good. I don't like to draw that kind of shit out.
Yeah. I'd definitely be.
Land on the rocks like a baby seal. Flap.
I just fold them in.
Head down.
Be the bullet. Be the bullet.
Yeah, there was other than Andy just can't seem to fucking.
We didn't have smoke alarms, but Portland, did I do a smoke alarm off there?
No, but we get fucking locked out of our goddamn.
Yeah.
Like, the one time I see 1 o'clock in the morning, or there are people starting to call last call, which I'm never up that late. I don't know why we were, but because the bar's right next to the
One
Airbnb.
drink's not enough. 3's not enough.
I mean, literally, it's the Airbnb is closer than the house is to. The
You go off the steps, and then it's like take a right, and it's 5 steps, and then a right.
And then you're in if the fucking code works. And the code wasn't working, and no one's answering the phone. It's one.
Yeah, so
Oh, jeez.
so
Bar's
we're
closed.
locked out of our Airbnb.
So there's one advantage of hotels over Airbnb.
Every fucking thing is an advantage. I am never doing an Airbnb again unless it's a desperate situation.
In the beginning, I think it was a financial advantage, but now it's not even that.
No, it's ridiculous.
About the same, and you just have more fucking
Yeah, the
rules.
first one we got somewhere, Raleigh, Durham. Yeah, that was where they. Like, oh, well, hang on, I'm paying a fucking $180 cleaning fee, and there's a list of rules about how I have to fucking strip the beds and stuff.
I gotta start the wash before I leave.
Oh shit! Yeah, please do all the dishes and shit like that. Yeah. Well, as an Airbnb proprietor, I'm fucking so done with it on the other end. It's like
Forgot all about you being on the other side of it. And
I don't want nobody in my bed, on my toilet. Stanhope sweat through my sheets.
Oh, yeah, well, Bingo brought us the fucking strep throat or whatever. Yeah. That was why we delayed this for you, because you're the only one who hasn't been part of it. They've gotten sick.
Doug was the most feeble and pathetic thing my room has seen.
I probably shouldn't be sharing a pipe with Andy, but that's all right. We're all right.
But Doug was hospicing.
That's probably a general rule anyway. But.
I'm pretty clean. I'm pretty orally. I'm pretty clean.
Hey, here's a shout out to Public Rec. I still wear your pants. You sent me a fucking free pair of pants, even though you're not a sponsor anymore. They are definitely my favorite pair of pants. Thanks for fucking working a deal with me. when I went to Bingo's parents for Christmas, we went to her brother-in-law's. It's a giant Sasquatch guy that works on giant machinery, like crazy huge stuff. And I was drunk on the tour with the family, and I go, "Oh, take a picture of me in like the giant front loader," and I sat in industrial grease and ruined. Like the only way you could probably ruin that pair of pants. Like, I think if you just puke on yourself, it would bead up. But yeah, that grease was the one that fucking took down my public rec
Soiled
pants.
your pants.
Yep. But yeah, thanks. Public rec, use someone else's promo code because they're no longer a sponsor. Sponsors are fickle as fucking whores in Bangkok.
Where's those?
You know, I didn't fail the economy class that I took, but I did go to the instructor early on and say, I think I'm too dumb for this class. And he said, can you read a book and regurgitate shit out of it? And I said, very well. And he said, then you'll be fine. So I took an econ class, and but I still don't understand how podcast sponsorships work. They cannot generate that much revenue, and I think that's why they just rotate.
They're stick and move, yeah.
Who they're with, I guess. I
and
wouldn't.
move.
I don't comprehend any of that.
If they get-
But I don't understand
Well,
monetizing
also,
a lot of stuff.
Since we've been doing it long enough that you watch how, all right, how is this, that went away, and now is a copycat. Like Casper mattresses to Helix mattresses, Blue Apron to fucking, I still see TV commercials for these. Hey, we're going to send you all the things to make a great meal at home. And like, all right, if is that working for anyone? Like, no one ever came up to me and said, Blue Apron was our longest running one that I had nothing to do with.
So that's where I think it's this is, and it's probably obvious to everybody. That's the same companies though that are just branding it under different names. Right?
Oh, really?
I mean, I was like, right now I have a head shaving thing that I got. They somehow my algorithm knew my head is shaved, my picture or whatever, and said, hey, here's the thing. It was like $38. You buy this electric shaver.
Is it Bulldog?
No, I was gonna get that one, but this one is more like a Harry's or a Dollar Shave Club type deal, where you can set an interval where they sell you a whole new set of revolving blades, and I'm like, that makes sense because if I'm shaving my head every other fucking day, this one that I got's already going dull. So I got it. The one called Freebird, and I get it, and I'm like, all right, I ordered it. Then I start getting ads for one called Groomy. Same exact website template, same exact advertising, but I looked it up, and it says, no, they're not related. And I'm like, fuck you, they're not related.
Well, someone
everything
can
is the
just be
same.
stealing.
Well, what? Like,
Well, this one has a 30-day money-back guarantee, so I'm about to fucking send it back and try their sister.
it's like
one. Fuck 'em.
the wipe. They come out with wipes, and then they got to cut the like dude wipes. Like, why is that different than?
I'm a fan.
Wipes?
I'm a fan of dude wipes. I'll say.
Well,
right
but
now.
can it? But if it was marketed to just wipes for you know.
I will just.
I only
chime
like
in.
the thickness and the durability.
I went to Dollar Tree and fucking loved the whatever kind of fucking Dollar Tree facial fucking wipes because I don't ever wash, but sometimes oh the back of my neck because after a week on the road my fucking shirt is a fucking black inside collar. But they had dude wipe facial hand and facial wipes, and it was dude wipes, and I'm like, I don't like. That dude wipes makes it sound like it's gonna have a scent like Axe body spray, and I don't want to wash my face with that.
Some of them do.
So I went with the off-brand aloe vera for my face because I have a delicate face.
Yeah, Jenny gets some dude wipes, but they're only like on sale, cheap ass dude wipes, regular ones. One time she got some that were spearmint, which is the last thing you want on your butthole.
Oh no, that's the only thing I want on my butthole.
I like a nice vinaigrette.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah, I want to express some anal glands and then get the fucking peppermint on there. It's just so it fucking seeps in. It makes me fucking come on.
My daughter is a hairdresser. When I started shaving my head, she sent me some stuff that they use to keep from getting ingrown hairs and such.
Oh man.
One of them's a spray that burns like fucking fire. When I sprayed it, like I feel like it's working. Maybe that's
Like the beginning of Malcolm X with Denzel Washington when he gets his fucking straightener. It's gonna start to burn now. Oh, God damn it! Oh! Honey, I should have just brought the bottle of wine. I don't know why I thought one drink would last a whole podcast.
Can I bring you a bottle of wine?
Yeah, a bottle of wine would be great.
bottle service.
Yeah, I think the cup is out at where we did that other podcast. In the secret other podcast area.
So yeah, when we nothing happened in Atlanta, did it?
No, it was fucking undersold and out of town, and yeah, we made the best of it. You saw your friend. We're like fucking. Felt like north of the Mason-Dixon line. It's a new club that didn't even have a sign out front, and yeah. So we had a great sold out show. It just took us 3 nights to do it, and
We had a restaurant we would go to that served eggs Benedict for Eggs Benedict Day, but they served
yeah, it was
all week.
Yeah, it's celebrating Eggs Benedict Day this week, Monday through Friday. I'm like, what? Is it a day or a week? And the kid didn't know, and it was always completely empty.
It was always empty, and there was always shit on the floor in that one corner that I was like, could I get a broom? I'll take care of this.
Sounds like a solid place to eat to me. They don't know a day from a week, and there's shit on the floor.
Well, here's another thing. We happened to watch a Jacqueline Onassis show before going over there, but they have a huge John F. Kennedy as you leave the place, and then inside the place they have a bunch of sexy Marilyn Monroe photos. I just felt like it's a little tacky considering those two were fucking behind Jackie's back, and that whole restaurant theme is what? That?
Well,
anyway, if I hadn't just watched the Jacqueline Onassis piece of shit show, that was awful.
we closed on a good note, and that's good. Now we're gonna fucking two shows in Buffalo. This like Hennigan is laughing in his grave, and he's not dead.
Inside he is.
Looking at the fucking. All right, why am I doing? Why am I Buffalo is a one show town. You do Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, and then out. That's in a row. You don't do 2 shows. Now we're going to Buffalo
That's what I'm
after
gonna
we come
open with.
back from the
Buffalo
East
is not
Coast.
a good 2
Then
shows.
we came from the West Coast. Then we came from the East Coast. And do 2 shows in Indy. There's no reason for that. It's a one show town at best. But now we're doing 2 shows in Buffalo that probably undersold. But
Making the most of it.
yes.
But
Move a
when
few
Doug,
stolen
when Doug was
miles.
booking those gigs, and he would ring the bell when he'd land another gig, ding. And for a while, I was like, "Oh fuck, this was that's I hit him at work. Like, wow, man, this is gonna be a lot." And then it was like, then the bell's ringing. Where now?
Well, now we're up to the place that we were going to start. We're going to start with Go Bananas. We knocked that out. 6 shows in 4 days. And then we're going to do Mountain Time Zone Run, which you've done before. Junior's even done it. And that's one that you do for fun, and you can work out all your shit, because who are you going to tell? And so now we're doing that after 2 nights in Buffalo. We come back, to the West Coast to start that, to go to Sweden and Norway, and then come back to.
And Doug's been saying on the tour, one of us is going to die before the tour's over.
And we include you. When I say that on stage, I go, it's not necessarily just one of us. Chad Shank is in the mix too.
But
Well, I might follow you guys and go to one of the closer ones when you guys are doing around nearby, so then I can go hang out with you on some of these. Then I can still just go right back home.
fuckers.
It sounds like wind chimes. You could have ignored it.
Hello?
Hello?
Maybe. Is this real? Are you a realtor? Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to know what my
Speakerphone, please.
house was worth. I didn't want to.
Speakerphone, please.
Okay, hang on. Yeah.
That's usually what happens, and then people have no idea that there's going to be like 3,000 calls that they're going to have to deal with.
Right.
So that was my first question: is if you're actually looking to sell, if you just want a free home evaluation.
I was just looking to see what the numbers looked like. My wife is hunkered down there, so I can't even move her out.
Gotcha. Yeah, I could send you a competitive market analysis if you'd like.
Okay.
Well, couldn't he just look at Zillow and not bother people?
I'd look at Zillow.
Let me tell you a story personally. So
sure.
I had my house a year and a half ago. Zillow had it evaluated at $485, and I bought it 4 years prior for $499, and I sold it for $735 because Zillow's a liar.
Or you're a great salesman. Salesperson.
I'm telling you my personal experience. Zillow uses, it does its best, but it's a machine. It's not a physical person that's able to look at stuff and understand the market. That's why we won't be replaced as realtors.
Do you know what YouTube does? Is they try to upsell you on a premium thing by interrupting the song you're already listening to.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.
Wait. All right.
Oh yeah, but are you? Yeah. Sorry.
Well, no. So you make you can afford a $700,000 house selling real estate.
I sold it.
Yeah, and how much you spend on the new? I want to know what you're worth.
What I'm worth.
Are you single?
I'm not the only income, but so my husband and I like to buy homes that are light fixers and then sell. So we actually went down. So the house I bought, I was able to negotiate down to, I think it was $545. It was listed at $600.
You should go with me when I'm gonna look for a new car in a few weeks.
My husband is really good at that.
What? Does he walk off the lot?
Yeah, no, I'm not, because I feel bad trying to, I don't know, I just don't like to bother the salespeople, and my husband thinks it's fun.
Yeah, well, they're out there to ruin.
Yeah, I hate being.
And that's not me. That's not how. For me, the reason I do real estate is because I'm part of people's lives, and it's one of the largest milestones in someone's life. It's not getting a car. It's car sales is icky.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
That's a professional opinion.
All right. Hey, we're in the middle of a podcast and you're on it, so we're gonna let you go. Thanks for your.
Yeah,
do you want to plug your real estate place?
Well, if I'm on a podcast, I'm not gonna tell you. What's your podcast name?
Well, we're trying to rebrand it, but right now it's Doug Stanhope Podcast. But I'd like it to be called Andy Andrus Podcast.
Andy and Doug have problems starring Judith.
I like that. Andy and Doug have problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, now question. So did you guys fill out the information on HomeLight just to kind of see how many?
Yeah, no, I thought I do a lot of that where I'm just kind of half awake and clicking on things, and then my phone starts blowing up, and I realize, I entered my information into the public. But I just wanted to see what my house value was according to.
I wouldn't be surprised if he took this call during an actual live show.
This wasn't part of the podcast.
Because he'll bitch about the phone ringing.
Yeah.
And then he'll take it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk to. We're in the middle of a show.
Send that to you as an email. Does that work?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And then can I ask the condition of the house? Is it
Well, the upstairs bedroom's kind of sweaty, and
Doug
I
Stanhope
sweat
through my sheets up there.
There's some outside electrical problems I just recently heard about.
Oh yeah, the electricity almost killed his wife.
Oh yeah, I almost electrocuted my wife, but that had to do with hooking up a dryer.
Okay, so you weren't trying to do your own electrical.
Well, I was hoping that the crew would stick around and hook it up for me, but they left me hanging.
But his wife has a brain disease, so he let her try to help him, help her, help him. And the next thing you know, she's got burn marks all over her, and he doesn't even have a quality attorney.
She's a real live wire.
But the house looks fantastic.
Yeah, if you took out the clutter.
Why did the little damaged house is fantastic?
Yeah, and my new neighbor looks a lot like Gene Hackman, if that'll help with any resale value.
Not really.
Before or after?
Currently. He looks like Gene Hackman currently. Anyway. All right, well, I'll let you go, but yeah, send me that info, and if I do get to selling, I'll contact you, and we'll.
Okay, is it okay if I add you into our CRM so you just kind of get occasional emails from us and some fun mailers and stuff?
Yeah,
Sure.
and call on call on Fridays during the podcast, and you can give us the real estate update from Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, I had my eye on that stadium property, but those kids burned it down. Yep.
So if you guys really want me to call in on Fridays, I really can do that. Or if you want to call me.
No, this is not really a local Eugene thing, but I will plug to you where we'll be at the Comedy Club in Eugene. What is that? That's September?
September.
I think it's September.
September.
Well, you have his name, nice lady. So Google him, and you probably won't find anything. He probably doesn't even push any of our dates anywhere.
Oh man, I'm being called out.
I just thought
Olson Run Comedy. It's the old Rock and Rodeo.
Okay, yeah, I was just there last week with Adam Ruins Everything. That dude.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you'll love these guys.
Yeah, we're wait, is that a podcast?
It's a show that.
Okay.
He was a show, yeah. He was on. I don't even know what network it was.
What comic would you most like to have there?
I don't know names.
Doug
so
Stanhope, you met.
No. Seriously, Dave
Dave Attell.
Attell, did she say?
No, but
No,
that's
you don't know one comic's name.
Kevin Hart.
she's thinking. Robin Williams.
She's googling.
Yeah, know him. Yeah.
He's coming.
Can't really get him though.
No, he's a tough get these days. He's all hung up.
Yeah, why do they think Jesus is coming back, but no one has faith in Robin Williams?
All right, we love you. I'll be in contact when I oust my wife from my property.
Okay, and then when other real estate agents call,
I'll tell them to go to hell.
No, just tell them you already signed with an agent and
Yeah.
they should leave you alone.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get her name.
Okay.
What's your name?
Janae Campbell.
All right, Janae,
All right.
you're my lady.
Hey, I bought my place from Audrey Campbell, so how about that?
Sounds like a hot prospect. I just got some dick pills too.
You guys just made me Zillow my house. It's worth a lot more than I paid for.
Jeanette, I'd like you to come over and look at my property and see if these dick pills are working.
Are they the ones from Mexico? I
Yeah.
can tell you right now they don't work.
They're placebos.
Give me a headache if that's what they were trying to do.
A friend of ours goes to Mexico and he gets medications, and then she's like, "Hey, here's some dick pills I got." And I'm like, "All right," throw every fucking thing in the bag, like fucking old antibiotics in case I want to self-treat. And the dick pills are like, well, at some point, probably Andy will probably want dick pills. And she goes, "Hey, I have more dick pills if you know anyone who wants them." I go, "Years ago, you gifted me some dick pills, and this seal isn't even broken by me or anyone asking."
It's like the dudes who carry.
But I told him that, and he calls her up and goes, "Hey, I'll take those dick pills." I'm like, I could have given you the ones I can't get rid of.
But he wants the fresh dick pills.
Well, I just went in there because here's the thing. Every time Andy comes here, within fucking 24 hours, all the security cameras, that's the base in there. And
They go out mysteriously.
mysteriously go out.
Go figure.
And then
After he gets the dick pills.
So I went in there to fucking reboot it today, and I saw the amount of dick pills. Like, you're not gonna. Like,
no. I mean,
I feel like we're like Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon and fucking grumpy old men, and you just bought all this fucking spent all our Bitcoin on dick.
It's like that realtor that just called me. I was interested in finding out what the price of it was or whatever. I didn't expect to have them calling me.
Now when he wants to think about her and jerk off later, he can take a pill so he can actually do that.
Unbelievable. Well, they're open. There was like, there was an open package.
Yeah, I've already consumed 4 of them.
Just jerk. That's fucking luxurious. Just jerking off dick pill luxury. Like, I don't even need a chick for these. I got so many. It's fine.
So I'm set for Judith.
That's right, ladies. Colorado Springs. Fort Collins. I think Colorado Springs, they just texted me and said, there's still 23 seats left. Oh, all right. That's, yeah. And I think that, and maybe Billings are the only place that have tickets left. Everything else is small and sold out.
Well, now that the ladies here that I've gotten re-upped with meds, 23 tickets, that's going to go fast.
Yeah. If you fuck them all, fuck them as they come in. Hey, take a picture with Andy's dick.
Fuck them on the way out, buy the merch.
Look at the amazing boner. After all he's been through.
I'm gonna take one if when I go in to see my oncologist. Win, lose, or draw, whatever the news is, I'll just be sitting there with a heart on. Well, you got cancer. What are you gonna do?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that's what gave me blood clots.
Not jacking up.
Mexican dick pill.
Oh yeah.
Well, I went to Mexico. It's been a long time ago. I only tried those twice. But the story I got was you got to buy a cover. We were getting Ritalin, and she said you got to buy some dick pills or something, so as a cover.
This sounds suspicious.
So I did, and then the dude didn't ask at all what I bought. I just bought dick pills for no reason. Then I don't need dick pills. The VA has offered to give me dick pills one time, like a consolation prize. I went there, they scheduled an appointment.
You need a new heart valve.
Well, they scheduled an appointment, and this was the guy. I hated this doctor because he would always, for some reason, he wrote in his notes that I was an Arizona Cardinals fan. And I don't know how or where or why he got it, but that's what he'd... Hey, how your Cardinals doing? He was that guy every fucking time, and I would tell him every time. I don't know why you wrote that in your notes or how that's in your notes, but I know. And he would never do it, so we would go through it every time, and I hated that guy.
Yeah.
So they scheduled an appointment. I drove all the way up there, and they said, you have low testosterone. Come up here. And I go, fuck, I don't want low testosterone. Let me go over there. So I went over there, and then they did, and they go, yeah, you don't have low testosterone. And I go, well, I didn't know I did. They just told me I did. That's why I came here. And he goes, no, I just tested you. You're fine. I go, all right. And he goes, you want some Viagra or something? And I go, well, like a consolation prize? Like, we're sorry you drove all the way here for no reason, but here's some boner
No reason to go home empty-handed.
Well, sure, I guess. If we're taking it out on my wife, I mean, you guys are the ones that fucked up.
Are you driving a stick shift or yeah?
When we saw Kreischer in Worcester, he goes, yeah, I've been doing the fucking, I'm taking testosterone shots now, and it's crazy. I get all the fucking energy in the world. He goes, my dick's hard all the time. It's fucking hard all the time. Why would you want that?
Yeah, I think you needed that.
I love the energy, but the dick thing, I'm getting to a place. You remember that? Like, we're deciding whether we're going to go to Anchorage, and I don't want to look a lot of those people in the face anymore. There was the old T-shirt that said, I used to be disgusted, now I'm just amused. And I'm the opposite. Like, now I'm disgusted. You don't want to run into those people and have remember when I put that thing in you, and then we did that fucking gas, and then... He put the thing in me, I remember.
Back when you didn't think there was such a thing as shame.
Right. Now it's just like...
Before AIDS, everybody was having fun.
Yep. Oh, the bathhouses.
I'm having a different thing where I've decided I'm using this blood clots to pretend that I care about stuff, mostly because Jenny had a hard time with it, thinking, like, how am I going to move this fat fuck if he just dies right here? It's going to be forever.
Yeah, I think it was giving me a bit of that business about the cough.
So I'm trying to do better, but I thought, I keep have road rage. I go to town for one thing. I have road rage 3 times. I'm like, for what? You're injured. Like you're just gonna pull over and someone's gonna kick your ass.
Kick you in the leg.
You're gonna have to just change your whole fucking demeanor. So that's my new thing that I'm trying. I'm trying to be, because it's a whole new era where I don't like confrontation anymore. I'm kindler, gentler.
Kindler.
Kindler.
That's whiskey. That's whiskey with no food yet.
Oh yeah, we got steaks.
I've already been thinking to myself in the past tense. I was talking to my wife about cars, and I go, well, if I got the cancer, maybe we just lease something. And she goes, what, do you think you're sick? And I go, well, you never know, but this leasing options.
It's on the table. Right?
No sense getting stuck with car payments. Yeah.
If you lease, you have to fix every fucking little scratch and
Not
shit.
if you die.
Yeah.
Well, I guess then they'd stick the car from your
no,
wife.
yeah.
What a dick.
Track record of fucking driving 2 feet and fucking trashing a fucking $80,000 car.
Yeah. Not trashing it. Derek said he's going to clean it up.
Yeah, he did. He did put some rubber bands there to keep the fucking bumper off the tire. That was my Ron White.
Yeah.
I saw it happening. I didn't know what it was. But if it was a stroke, I didn't want to watch, so I left it away. I don't want to be that. I don't like that kind of responsibility.
The Mountain Time Zone run is 2 weeks, and we end up it starts in Taos, New Mexico, ends up in Boise, and I think those 23 tickets might be the only tickets left. I know everything, it's gonna be, and we were gonna take that and then drive it back at some point, because we fly from Eugene over to Scandinavia to Norway and Sweden, and Bingo is going with us, and she'll fly home. But I found a rental car for fucking $366 for fucking 15 days.
How long of a tour are we talking? I could drive your car home. Hold on. I just got cleared for traveling.
Oh, yeah?
Eugene. Or no, we're not doing a show in Eugene, but we'll end up in Eugene.
Yeah, we're ended up in Eugene.
Well, hold on. That's whiskey not talking.
Yeah. Yeah. When you change your mind, it's a lot different than when Bingo wishes she had changed her mind. Halfway through the tour, Bingo going, I wish I was home, is a lot more manageable than a Chad Shank going, I should have said no.
That's actually one of the things that Jenny is, whenever you first started telling me I could go places, will come inviting me to go places with you, that Jenny said, and I didn't want to go, and Jenny said, just look, if worst case scenario, you I'll fly home. That's, we have it, we can just do that. And so she's the one who convinced me right away, like, you're not ever stuck anywhere. If you decide, because you're feeling this way, and then that changes.
You can always join the circus.
Go. And so that's really been my saving grace with being able to go. Thing is every time I went places, I've always had a good time.
Yeah.
I've never had it's always been pleasant. I've never had a switch.
Yeah, we definitely have to fucking load up. You're definitely coming to Vegas. That's fucking September 6th. It's a Saturday night, like we did when we were back in the days where we made the LA Times, and it was me and you and Bingo and Derek were in the fucking doing the. It's the first Saturday night before opening Sunday of football, so we do that. And then they get us that sand dollar, the fucking bar up. Yeah, now we're going to get the sand dollar to ourselves with our fans for the day of watching.
Oh, yeah, I'm in for that, for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? They're giving us a couple of rooms, but there's part of me that wants to go and get that fucking same place with the lawn out front that we did at Skank Fest. I mean, it's going to be cheap. Get there, fucking start making your plans, people. Get there, because it's fucking September 6th is still going to be like 150.
I'll be sitting on a stalk of Cialis. My phone's blowing up now.
chewing them like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, he'll put his fucking key ring on there and not lose his keys.
Oh my God! If I could put my wallet on my dick, it'd disappear all the time.
I love when we were in the army. We'd have guys that would lose their shit constantly, and then the solution is just exactly what you came up with, but we called it a dummy cord. So everything you had, you'd lose this, and you just tie a rope to it. You tie that to yourself, and now no matter what, you lose.
I gave it.
Yeah, I think Chaley had actually put like lighters. They had a lighter because we always lose our lighters, and then you get the fireplace lighter, the giant one, and he put masking tape on it and wrote "broken" on it, so no one would steal it. Like, why would you keep a lighter?
I might need a purse.
Fanny pack, bingo, fanny
I don't
pack.
regret it. I'm
not a man in any other way.
fully equipped here.
Yeah,
Police radio.
that's something every carny boss needs. Some edibles.
There is a chance. I just looked up Amtrak about that San Antonio thing, and I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I'd send you guys Coach, and Coach is actually better than those roomettes. But anyway, there's a chance. I go, what? Why not take the fucking van? Like, it would be way easier, and then just stop and not have to worry about fucking Amtrak. Just you have to drive sober. That's fine. So yeah, we might do a July Texas
Rodeo time.
Let's see what Andy's gonna do with his summer. He has some choices.
Yeah, I know my daughter's gonna visit, but that's one visit.
Not down here.
No, she's
She's not allowed down here. I think his daughter hates me, so I'm getting ahead of it by saying I hate her.
I like that you only think that she hates you when I'm pretty sure of it.
But he's never said.
When Doug first met her,
Who took him to the war?
Yeah, but before that.
when Doug first met her, she was like a toddler, and Doug had a big long coat, and he put it over her head and farted in her face. So she loves him. Remember that? That was on the Amtrak platform that we were just on.
Oh, wow. I do remember that. Yeah, you guys waved at the train like we were going off to war.
He's just kind of a funny, hey, it's fine. You were sexually assaulted, but that's fine. No, I don't even know that, but it could be.
Well, hang on, but that's a fun idea. It's like, all right, if someone gets sexual gratification out of it, because I always said a foot fetish would be the best fetish to have, because if he's just staring at my feet, so like maybe he's Rain Man, he doesn't want to make eye contact. No, maybe he likes your feet. So yeah, if you're into fucking farting in a kid's face in a sexual way, is it a sex crime?
Yeah.
Yes. If you're into farting in kids' face as a sexual thing, anything you do is a fucking crime.
Yeah, but
you are just a criminal.
If you get off on throwing a water balloon at a kid, sex fiend.
Yeah, if you like to crimp the cord on an elderly person's oxygen because it gives you sexual gratification, is that any different than if you just want them to be dead? How do we? We're weeks away from having an app that's going to read your mind, so you might as well just come clean with all this shit.
Yeah, get in front of it. You're going to want to get in front of this.
I was just picturing Grandma who's like to get choked, but she's too delicate now, so you're just pitching her oxygen.
Yeah, but also with a bunch of Mexican boner pills where you're like, she's getting the death mask. I love the death. Oh, I didn't know I liked the death mask. Looks like Grandma's bored with dying because she's yawning.
Why did someone Photoshop a dick in the picture
I
of
think
Grandma?
it's hilarious, honey.
Is anyone of your relatives dead yet? Didn't you have like a whole fucking?
Grandpa's got to be, or no, grandma's.
Grandma is 92 and still good.
How'd she get out of that?
She's waiting for me
92?
to. I got out of it because mostly
your leg.
my leg. Yeah. So now I'm a little bit back in, but I told him that I have other obligations, which is how I first got out of it. Before the blood clot was, I said I might be traveling with my. Because remember the podcast was all switching over, and I said I'm gonna be traveling a little bit. I can't come over here, so I was like, I'll just hang out with that. I won't leave. I won't touch that. So,
And she's still on the silver?
no.
No?
I think that was mostly Grandpa's deal. She forgot. Although, she's
It's like what are those called?
elderly.
No, what your grandpa took that turned his skin blue.
Colloidal silver. Colloidal silver? Colloidal? I don't remember.
Colloidal.
Colloidal.
Sounds right.
Colloidal.
Writerer.
Yeah.
That sounds more writerer.
Well, colloidal. Kindler.
Kindler. I haven't heard his name in forever.
I just read it, and hey, I wish I could promote that book. It's called Home Club. It's a history of Acme Comedy Club. That's a very niche market for that, but if look it up, it's out there.
I just read a chapter of that on Mitch Hedberg.
I love at least the first half. I know as it's going in chronological order. It's always fun to read a book where you go, I'm going to get mentioned here soon.
Yeah. I went right into the back and saw that I wasn't in it and lost interest immediately.
Oh, you went to the index?
Andy got spoiled when Sam Talent mentioned him in the opening chapter.
Oh, we got to fucking talk to Sam Talent about his experience at that club that we're just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't make calls now.
No, I was looking at the date.
Look at his notes.
He's going to be in Eugene on the 15th and 16th of June. But I think we'll be out of town.
Yeah, we're not back till the end of June, and now I'm thinking about fucking putting Texas in and a little bit of California. I finally got Molly Schminky's fucking email, so maybe do some Cobbs, a little bit of Dallas, a little bit of
Anything else
Houston,
in California?
California. We can do. I fucking hate it though.
I know what you're gonna say.
It's the triangle of fucking hell.
That winery place?
No, this southern. It's Irvine, Brea, Ontario Improvs, and it's just like the fucking heart of darkness, like traffic, shit, everything you hate about LA, and but yeah, people show up. Fucking Irvine. We did find that nice when we went to Irvine last time. They had that off-track betting on a night off. That was a fucking. I like a day. Is there better day drinking? Please get involved on Reddit, or I don't know if people talk on Patreon. I can.
You're on Uber?
Hey, go over on my Twitch stream that's live right now and chat there. That's a good place to chat with each other.
Right.
And if there's some scanner stream going, help me plug this grift, because this grift was good whenever it first started, but it was difficult to pull off. But now Amazon makes it very easy. If you already have Amazon Prime, they've made it a lot easier to use something that's included in your membership is a Twitch subscription, and they've made it a lot easier to subscribe for free. So you can take $2.49 that you're already giving to Jeff Bezos and give it to me instead.
There you go.
I think
what's your Twitch?
HD_fatty. And that's because I think I tried to make an account with HD Fatty first, and then fucked it up. So and then when I figured it out, they're like, "No, that's taken." And I go, "Oh, yeah, I think that's taken by me though."
HD Fatty. He explained it. It was because it's Harley Davidson. It makes
Fat
a
boy. It was my
fat boy.
motorcycle.
So
Yeah, I love
HD_fatty. That's how everyone has a stupid thing. Like, why is Anyway.
Well, yeah, when you created that was I created that before I thought that anybody would see it besides me. It was a placeholder. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be a personality.
Like Jack and Dino, she's like, where does Jack and Dino come from? It's like one guy, Jack and Dino. And I go, there is a guy, isn't there like a record producer that's named Jack Andino, Annindino? There's someone that I've seen. Oh, that's kind of...
He told me where that came from, and I think it's similar to what you're saying.
All right.
Yeah, because his name is neither of those.
No, and like even Chaley's fucking email address. Like, what is it? Oh, it was when we were kids. There was a place that like the stories are so non-involved, hinty. Well, it was I guess it was because we used to say, all right.
I have my daughter will tell me when they were kids, I had to create email accounts for them to play certain games and different stuff online. That was pretty new. And my daughter will text me. She's like, I still use that email address you made for me when I was like 7 years old.
Tightest pussy ever at AOL.com.
Listen, everything else was taken, man. You just go with what's available at some point. Prophetic, some may say.
Still holds up.
But
honey, it still holds up. Am I right?
But we digressed from my grift, and please go on there and go. I've invested money in this. I have a scanner. I fucked up. I got this scanner thinking I could just plug it in and it would work. The problem with this is a handheld, and I need a big antenna. So now I had to buy a big antenna. And then now I realize...
Like the four-wheeler that has the CB antenna? Because
the big whip. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is even better. It's an omnidirectional antenna, so it looks like an alien is going to be landing on my studio because it's got all these wires that come pointing down. So they
like
come pointing straight up.
Fucking, were you filming your house thing?
It's all just wires. Just a ton of wires.
This would combine a couple because Chad's, you got chickens again.
Yes.
But he had feed of just the chickens, and it's very soothing. I'd leave it on.
Yeah.
My cat would come around.
Birds chirping.
Yeah, it's just very peaceful. But what if you put a police scanner in with the chickens, and then they could react?
I've already considered it. Also, I'm also going to do more than the ambient stream. That's the way to go with it, I think, is because my koi pond is super clear. I felt super bad for the fish. I had frogs move in there. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just let the frogs eat the fish because I can't see the fish anyway because my pond was a swamp. And then I got this dog, and all the animals will drink from the pond. Like it's Kool-Aid, like fish-flavored water is what I think. But I don't think you're supposed to let your animals drink from your pond. But whatever. None of them have died. Well, I guess some of them have died. But not from that.
With fish.
This whole thing is a metaphor about how frogs and fish and dogs can all help each other and not just call each other the N-word.
The point was that I cleaned the pond up because the dog smelled like fish or pond. And now I have this beautiful pond with clear water all the way to the bottom, gravel on the bottom. It looks like an aquarium. So I was going to hook the stream up and do ambient.
And that's what happens when all the species learn to get along.
Can you get a camera fish? Can you get a camera?
See, when he's talked about putting the fucking thing underwater to watch it fish, I thought about one of those wind-up things. It's like a shark that does this in the water and amuses kids
like
in
a decoy fish?
Well, it amuses a kid in a bathtub, but what would it do to a fucking koi fish? Would it scare it? I want to see scared fish.
Well, I want
a horror genre of ambient video.
Granted. I have also in my pond, I have 5 or 6 koi fish, beautiful, pretty big. I also have 2 bluegill predators, apex predators. Then inside of that, I have 3. Well, I've only seen 2 in the last couple days, and it started out as 12. Fathead minnows, rosy minnows also exist in there. So.
Fathead minnow.
So there is predator shit going on in this. Fuck, I had too much whiskey.
That's all right.
If you take one of the fish out and fuck it, then it'll be double predators. Hey now.
Speaking about fish as an invasive species, Mimsy, have you looked inside of your vagina since you were Jello wrestling over at the hitching post? Because there could be lots of invasive species that.
Not thoroughly.
That was my way of telling him. We already talked about this with Kenny, but yeah, Kenny, we went to watch Kenny fucking Jello wrestle, and then next thing you know, she's in there Jello wrestling, flapping lips, lady from the, Jules.
It would have been funny to dose.
Then I jumped in and fucking cheated. I went into someone else's fight, and but I only got halfway in. But it's pretty gross.
About dose Kenny with Cialis before the match.
Oh Jesus!
That might be illegal.
Oh my God! Hang on.
Never heard anything.
That might be illegal, but that might be a podcast. Remember when Kenny was going to eat a whole Burger King family meal of 4 Whoppers and 4 this? How about we give fucking Kenny, because Jim Goad tried to do this to us one night at Dante's where he lost his wallet. And he goes, listen, what if we all do Viagra tonight? And all the dudes, just to raise the level of testosterone in the room. And I'm like, your girlfriend is the bartender, so you have somewhere to fucking put that at the end of the night when your joke's over. The rest of us, so we declined, but we.
But later,
Turns out it was her idea.
But Kenny fucking put him on fucking 5 tabs of fucking Mexican Viagra
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
and put him fucking like just a cat camera on him. Like a helmet cam, I don't know. Just
A GoPro on his dick.
I wouldn't say we got Goat back, but he showed up at the Death Valley party, and he had this was before you could get pre-rolls, but he had a whole tin of pre-rolled joints in his van. But I don't know what, one thing led to another. We were breaking into the van, and I couldn't squeeze in the window, so
one thing led to another. No, one thing led to Andy going, hey, I think he has joints in his van. I can squeeze through the window that's open this much.
That was the one thing that led to the other.
I was naked because I couldn't get in the window otherwise. I got naked.
He could have absolutely gotten in the window otherwise. He chose to strip down to his underwear and then be greased down.
I'm imagining there's plenty of weed outside of the van as well.
It is like 6:30 in the morning. So
Yeah, it's 6. So the way I got into the van was Doug fucked me into the van. I was the penis, and he
we Ocean's 11 is unnecessary.
fell in, and I took a couple joints and a dog toy.
And then Jim Goad woke up.
And Jim Goad turned into a Nazi later.
Smoking this.
He kind of leaned a little heavy right later.
Well, he also had a brain tumor, so.
Right. But when I look
He's
back
got
on
a
it,
giant dent in his head.
I didn't know
all
he
right.
might be a Nazi with a brain tumor. We were just kids having fun in our.
What, are you kidding? His whole fucking.
But he had a dent in his head?
His whole. The white man's manifesto, like he was always a fucking Nazi.
Yeah. I would have never broke into his van had I known he was a Nazi. Because those guys take their.
That's what he
their gear
he did,
personally.
but like kind of one of those you don't know how tongue in cheek this is. But yeah, no, he was a published author, and but then he got a brain tumor, and maybe he's like really, maybe he's the unfun kind of right wing.
He might be a Jesus guy now.
I mean, what if even the winged people have the unfunny and funny versions?
Winged
Fringe, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right then. Let's go
I have
back
some
and
steaks. I have 2 steaks that I went back to fucking Safeway too.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, my bill is $20.
Oh yeah, he did.
And I know what I got was on sale, and it was $3.49 a pound. You charged me $5.90 for it, man. Fuck you. I got my $2.50 back, And she goes, well, it's not the right thing, but I'll give it to you. I go, no, it's a fucking right thing. And I walked her through the app. Why don't you tell me? Because you fuck me every single fucking time. And, I'll tell you about the signs. Did I tell you about the signs last night? Oh, I did. Yes.
Yes.
So it was on your Twitch stream.
Yes. I will say before, one time you had mentioned like you envied me being big because I could just kind of bully my way into doing things. But I envy you for being able to do that stuff. I went to Fry's. I never do this, but Jenny was working a lot and I had to go get stuff. So I go over blackberries, 99 cents a tub. So I go over, there's 2 left. I'm like, fuck it. I only wanted 1, but they're 99 cents. I get 2. Go over, get some blueberries. I got some raspberries. I got some non-fat Greek yogurt. Fucking, I'm doing good, being a responsible adult, shopping, go over, get all my shit. I leave. I'm headed home and I'm looking at my thing and I go, well, those motherfuckers charged me like $3 each for these blackberries. So now I have to decide, do I want to go back for $4 of shit with the black, but I will probably go to jail if I go back there and try to talk to them.
You'll probably go to jail, but do you see what's happening, Chad? It's the quickening. We're both maximizing our savings with our rewards points, and we're in Wordle groups together, and we discuss strategy, and I talk about it on the road. I talk about our Wordle groups, and how we're gonna, and in my day, I would have just kicked the guy right in the teeth, but I just asked for the manager because I clipped the coupon. And
$4. I thought of this, exactly what you're saying. When I was young, I told this story before. I got a water pump that broke in half. My car, changed it, got a new one. They said, bring the core back. Bring the broken one back. We'll give you a core charge. And I was like, all right, that sounds good. I brought it back. They said, this is broken. I said, yeah, you told me to bring it back. The guy's like, no, fuck you. Didn't say that. But basically, I punched him. And the whole place ran and hid like I was robbing it. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got to go. But it was $8. I punched that guy in the fucking face over the counter at Napa Auto Parts for $8, and I'm not any different than I was then.
For the price of an oil filter.
$4 now, and $4 is $8 of that.
And that's why I don't want to go back to Anchorage, even on a guarantee, which is, I don't want to run into that person where I had to afterwards say, Chaley, burn these sheets. All right? I don't want to see her again. I don't want to even be in the same time stamp. So we're going to eventually just be gentlemen of a certain age that they're talking about. Yeah, I got today.
I just got Cialis for the photos. Just got to update my headshots.
That's the strep throat and your fucking goddamn weed.
It's her strep throat.
And you're
It
weird.
is weed.
It is pretty weedy in here.
Well, no, it's the fucking. It doesn't. I don't have to have strep throat to cough every time you guys smoke that fucking nonsense here.
It is that. I get that little dry cough going. It's hard.
I know. That's how I know you're up in the morning when I'm still gonna sleep.
Yeah,
I get some fucking book recommendations for you. Prisoners of the Castle is a fucking the Colditz Castle was where they put all the escape artists of POWs in the Nazis. I try to sleep to. It's good.
Prisoners of a certain age.
Prisoners of the Castle. Oh, and I did listen to the wrap up of that John Ronson, the debutante.
Did you remember any of that story?
Once I read the details, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I thought the whole fucking follow up was going to be she faked the house fire.
Yeah, it was a bit anticlimactic, but it was still pretty good to revisit.
Ronson is so hard to listen to. He really, I can name a few authors. I've read several of their books because they're great. Krakow or Ronson, but Ronson reading is like, if you see a faded sign by the side of the road, you're about to read my next book.
I definitely have to reel myself back to the content rather than his.
Well, I always fluctuate these speeds.
So I'm like, all right, that's it. Don't focus on that. If you focus on that, you will shut it off.
But you can always find a speed that you can.
I've only recently been experimenting with the speeds. As long as I've been doing this, I've only recently been experimenting with the speeds.
Yeah, it has to be. I do it like when I have to listen to like whatever. If I have to listen to a podcast episode, I'm at a fucking 150 speed, and I go, "Oh, I wish I did coke because I sound way better than my actual speed." All right, I'm gonna open this fucking thing up, and it's gonna fucking blast out into the neighborhood like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and there's gonna be a police call.
Every time I'm in the studio smoking weed, and then I open the door, and it inevitably every time I'm like, "Oh, something's on fire," because I'm just watching smoke billow out the door. I'm like, "Oh no, that's me."